back to my channel. This is Pashvika. Welcome to channel where we make the content about art, clay and art vlogs and a lot more. I'm Pashvika. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to get started with sculpture, with pottery, with clay stuff as a beginner. So I'm going to be talking about that. What are the different tools you need? What are the different kinds of clay materials? What are the different things you really need to get started with sculpting, to get started with the pottery? Because it's entirely based on my experience. Obviously, there are so many tools available in the market. So many different types of clay are available in the market. And when I was getting started with my own clay journey, I was also really confused about what to buy, which are the best and all those kind of stuff. So here I am sharing my own experience with you guys. So if you are starting with your clay journey and you love playing with the clay, want to make sculpting, want to make pottery vases or pots, then this video will really going to help you actually know what kind of tools do you really need to get started with that. So let's dive in. And before go park, consider clicking the like button, guys. I do really appreciate that. If you want more such video, consider subscribing, because whenever we upload this video, I do really appreciate that also, guys, if you subscribe to it, because I love making these videos. So let's talk about the different kinds of products. Now there are a lot many products. If you go into the Amazon, the Etsy, there is a huge list of the clay products, the clay tools the people do buy and all those kind of stuff. But I'm going to be talking and showing you the actual tools which I use in my clay sculpting and all what kind of things they are. So let's dive in. Table, you're going to see a bunch of the different stuffs that I use for the clay. The first of all, the very first more important thing that you'll be needing is the clay. Now there are so many different kinds of clay available in the market. Now basically the three different types of the clay you're gonna see. The first is a clay that is made and they need to be baked in an oven, in a microwave oven, to actually set them hard and actually finish up with your clay. So that is the first type of clay that you need to bake them in an oven. The second type of clay which needs fire, which needs to be fired in a kiln or maybe ragu firing, whatever it is, you need to fire those clays, then only your pieces would be ready. Third type of clay is an air dry clay which don't need firing and it actually finishes up once it's dried. And they can be reused again and again because they are dried by the air. So that's why they are called as an air dry clay. So basically these three different types of clays are available in the market. Now, depending on your own needs and all kind of stuff, you can get started with whatever clay you want to get started with that. But I'm going to show you the two different types of clay today, because I don't use the clay that needs an oven to bake. I don't use a clay which needs to be baked in an oven. I basically use the two different types of the clays. I'm going to show you. One is the air dry clay. So these sculptures are made from the air dry clay, guys. You could see this is a cute pumpkin. This is made from the air dry clay. And this one, the sculpture is made from the clay that needs to be fired, but since it's made on the wood, so I can't fire them, so I can use a varnish or a sealant to actually seal and make it a more waterproof or water resistant. So this is the clay that you can see is the called as the clay. Now it's too dried. Let me show you guys. Now this is the clay particle. Now it's not, it's too dry. This is a clay particle which is clay that is air dry clay. Fine. This is the clay that is really air dry, and you just need to make your pieces and then allow it to dry in air. You don't need a sun or you don't need an oven or a fire to actually finish up with your pieces. So this is an air dry clay. You would be needing that. Now you could see it's too dry right now. I can add the water and I can reactivate it and reuse it again and again. The second type of clay that I'm going to be showing you is clay the second type of the clay that I have, that is the terracotta clay, is the earthenware clay from which the pots are made, from which the earthenware items have been made. This is that clay which needs a fire to finish up and to set it hard, so it can't be finished up by just air drying or baked in oven. You need to actually fire them. But since it's too dry right now, so that's why you could see that it's there in the form of this chunk. But this is the two types of clay. Also, guys, another clay that I have is this type of clay. Let me show you. This is the clay. Now it's there in the chunk particles. This is that type of clay which needs to be fired, kind of like in between the porcelain and the stoneware clay. It needs to be fired. So this is the another type of clay that I have. I have made a video talking about the three different types of the clay for the pottery. I'm going to leave that video in the card section above. Make sure you check it out. which needs more fire, which needs high temperature, and which needs less temperature. So that is the first thing you need. You need the clay, of course. You can very well get started with the air dry clay if you don't have an oven to bake your clay, or if you don't have a kiln, or if you don't know where to fire your clays, then very well get started with air dry clay. Now this is the air dry clay. I get started with that. There are so many different kinds of air dry clay are available in the market. Based on your budget, you can pick up whatever you want to pick up. The next thing you would be needing after you know what kind of clay and you have taken your clay, the second thing you'll be needing is the tools. Now there are some of the tools that I have and some of the tools that I don't have, but I don't need it, so that's why I didn't bought it. Now these are the tools that I use. These are filled with the clay. These are the wooden popsicles, or you could have an ice cream sticks as well, because they really comes handy while you want to mix your clay. You want to create a dough. These works quite handy. They can be easily cleaned, so I use the wooden popsicle for that. This is one tool. Now some of the tools I do have, I'm going to show you guys, which I probably use. These are not the professional tools. Now you can buy the bunch of the professional tools in the market that are there for the clay, but I see that I only purchase the tools which I want to use and which make sense to me. I don't just buy the tools for the sake of buying. I buy them because I want to use them. If it's not used to me, then I don't buy it. Now first of all, you need a brush. I do use a brush, guys, because brush helps in actually finishing up your piece, and also you can apply it on the surface where you want to apply a water. You can dip your brush in a water and you can apply over to small area. It comes really handy. The second thing you want to need is a sponge. I use the sponge quite a lot because I feel like the sponge is a great way. You can dip it in the water and you can finish your pieces, whether it's a pottery, whether it's a sculpting. You can finish with the piece with a sponge. The another important element which I feel is the toothpick. Toothpick comes really handy because you can give it the desired shape. You can also carve it. You can do a lot of the stuff with the toothpick, and it's quite cheap. Like, it's not expensive tool. Now I have a few of the tools over here. I'm going to show you this one. Now this one is kind of like a spatula tool. It's filled with completely with the terracotta clay right now, but this is the spatula kind of like tool which is needs to spread it out. Then some of the tools that I barely use. Now this is the tool that is made for scraping the surface. I'm gonna show you how it looks like. It's used for scraping the surface. Then I have this ball type tool. It has a ball which is proper for giving the shape, or you want to have a circular shape, an option over here. Then I also have this kind of tool which is great for actually doing the carvings and all those kind of stuff. I also have a cover type of tool which is used for carving. So there is a lot many tools which you can get in the market depending on your ease, and you feel like you want to buy it. That's what you needed. The another thing which is important for you to have for working with the clay, you need a mat. Now this one is the cardboard. I am using a cardboard. Of course I can use polythene, but I really want to be eco-friendly, so that's why I'm avoiding polythene. But it depends on you. If you want to have a polythene, you can very well use a polythene. I'm using a cardboard. You can also use a ceramic tile or a tile piece, or you could also use kind of like a wooden surface, or maybe you can also make it on the first, like you can also make on a concrete wall or concrete first, depending on whatever you have, you can use it. Now these are the miniatures that I made from the air dry clay. You could see this is made from the air dry clay, and this looks quite amazing. These are the sculptures I made, the miniatures. The thing you need is a surface. Like if you're someone like me who are sculpting on a surface, then obviously you need a surface. Now I'm using this wooden surface. You can use a metal surface, a glass surface, or you can even use a wire to actually make your pieces. Like you could also use these wires. You can also use the wires for sculpting because they can work as a frame, and they can create a frame for you, creating a support for your sculpture. You could also use them. It depends on you, but I use a wooden surface as well. And I also make these miniatures which are entirely made from the clay only. They don't have a support system. Like all these sculptures, miniatures don't have a support system. They are entirely made from the clay. Now this is the pumpkin. I made it for the Halloween. So this is the entirely made from the clay sculptures. So that is the thing you would be needing. Whatever surface you have, you could very well pick up that surface. You would be needing a container for holding the water. Whatever container you have, you could very well choose and pick up the right type of container. These are the few things that you would be needing to make your sculpture. Also, if you are using a wooden surface, you can also have a paper tape or kind of like cover where you can place this tape all around your wooden so that creates a frame, and then you can work with your pieces in the middle if you are using some kind of like a wood or some kind of a metal or even the glass. If you are making your sculptures on that, like me, I'm doing it. If not, if you're creating your sculptures like in these miniatures, you don't need a one. These are the important tools that I use. Now there are so many tools out there, so many clay bodies out there. It's just that you want to get started with that, whatever you feel right for working with your that. But if you are a beginner, I would highly recommend you to get started with the air dry clay, because these are really fun, really cheap, and you can get started with that. And also you don't need a microwave, or even you don't need to fire them to get the finished pieces, to make your ready finished up. You don't need a fire or an oven. So get started with the air dry clay and get a feel of a clay. And once you get it, the feel of a clay, then you can also move over to the earthenware clay I have, or you could also move over to the porcelain or the stoneware clay if you want your if you want your clay to be fired in kiln. So these are the clay. Otherwise you can also use the polymer clay that needs an oven to be fired. These are the elements that you need for clay making, starting or getting started with your clay sculptures, miniatures, whatever. Of course, you can upgrade your tools, upgrade your systems once you started making money from that, or once you feel that you are expert in this area and you want more tools or more expert tools, then very well you can invest in more such things. But I think that these are the only things that you need. Of course, guys, you can have a lot more tools than I have. I don't have a lot more tools, and I think I don't even need it. But when I'm going to need it, I'm gonna definitely buy more. I get started with the air dry clay, then I buy the earthenware clay, stoneware clay. I don't use the polymer clay. You can also use a polymer clay if you want to bake your pieces in microwave, depending on whatever clay you want to use. But if you're looking for getting started with that, I would highly recommend you to get started with an air dry clay, because air dry clay is really cost effective, and also you don't need to fire them or bake in an oven to make your pieces ready. So, and you can also get the feel of a clay, like how it actually needs to work, because you need to have the skills to make the pieces. It's not like you are getting the clay and you can make it on the day one itself. You really need to actually learn how to do that. So that's the thing you need. Apart from that, you could also have the anatomical books, like if you're making the sculptures and you know how to make the proper size, shape, and all those kind of anatomical structure, you can have the different kinds of books. You can also watch the different YouTube videos on that. You can also read the blog articles. You can also get the pictures on the internet to use it for your reference for your sculptures. If you enjoyed today's video, do let me know your views and comments and your thinking in the comment section below. Have you ever started with your own clay journey? What are the different tools you use in your clay journey? And what are your favorite tools? What are not your favorite tools? And what do you recommend to someone if anyone want to get started with the clay? What are the different tools you recommend to them? I would really love to hear your own experience with your clay journey in the comment section below. Thank you so much for tuning in today's video, guys. I do really appreciate that. If you have been watching so far, thank you so much, guys. See you the next time. Take care. Bye, guys.